All right, everyone. In this video, we're going to lay out two 30-degree fittings out of this one factory 90-degree fitting. It's a 4-inch long radius 90, and we need two 30-degree fittings. Because it's less than 45 degrees, we can cut them both out of the same fitting. More than 45 degrees, we would have to use one 90-degree fitting per fitting. You saw in the previous videos we used math. We took it's the long way around, but we didn't have the fitting in front of us, and that's what you would have to do if you didn't. But in this case, we've got the fitting in front of us, and we use a separate method for laying these out when we actually have the fittings. It's a much more friendly and easy method to lay these out. Alright, so the whole process takes about 10 minutes and you've got two fittings. We've got our fitting, we've got our calculator. Doesn't have to be a pipe trades calculator because we're not doing any special kind of math to figure this out. Our soapstone, flexible tape measure, you could use one of these or your cloth type, both of which are very inexpensive. If you don't have one of these, then your wraparound has also got measuring. I got a ruler on it, and you could also use this to connect your arc lengths, your dimensions together. If you're like right now, I don't have somebody here to hold this for me while I connect my lines. I'm going to use what we call a horseshoe, and basically you can make one of these by cutting a circle that's the same as the OD of your pipe and then just straightening the sides. Makes it very simple, easy, efficient, and very reliable lines. Alright. All you do, take your tape measure, and instead of doing the math, we're just going to pull the measurement. Okay, the heel of this 90 is 12 7/8 around this 90 degrees, around the heel. Okay, so 12" 7/8. Okay, this is 90 degrees, so we're going to divide it by 90 to get our inches per degree. We've got 1/8 of an inch. Now don't forget, your calculator is hiding most of the dimensions from you, so don't clear it out and start over. We want 30 degrees, so we're going to times that by 30. It's the same as with our tanks. Okay, we got a dimension there of 4 5/16. Okay, so now all I'm going to do is put this back here and mark it at 4 5/16. Okay, 4 5/16. Since we're laying out both things, I'm going to go ahead and do both sides. Okay, 4 5/16. Okay, I don't know if you can tell, but I took this fitting, laid it on its side on the pavement, and rubbed it back and forth, just like this. And what that does is it rubs the paint off in a perfect line. So that is my dead center of this fitting. Okay, so let me see here. We got 9 and looks like 9 5/16 roughly, maybe 9 7/16. I'll go with 9 7/16 for the center, and 7/16. Again, we're going to divide it by 90. 1/8 of an inch, or so you think. hiding most of everything. So we're going to times that by 30 again. You get 3 1/8. Okay, same thing with the other side. Okay. Now all we have left is our throat. And I got a measurement of 5 15/16. 5" 15/16 divided by 90 times 30. Gives me 2 inches. Okay. Now all we gotta do is connect our lines. Okay. 3 points. You want 3 points of contact. You want to make contact with at least 3 of your points before drawing your line. For accuracy. I put the flat side of my soapstone against the board. Okay. On the other side. And there we have it. We now have 2 30-degree fittings perfectly laid out. Now, at this point, you would center punch your lines probably every 1/4 of an inch or so. Center punch mark. This is your drop piece here. Okay. So if you're going to cut this out with a torch, you would start in here, bring your torch up close to the edge, and then as you go along, keep it as close as you can to that line. That way when you come back and dress it up with your grinder, your fittings will be perfect. Now if this was a fitting you were laying out and it was greater than 45 degrees, you would have taken this measurement, divided it by 2, put you a mark there, and then let's say your dimension for your fitting that you were looking for, let's say it was, I don't know, maybe 50 degrees, and your outside arc length was 6 inches. You would measure from that center line 3 inches that way and 3 inches that way, and then put your marks and lay out your fitting that way. Same thing with your center line and your throat, to avoid the weird offsets or the weird takeoffs. And that's all there is to it. I hope this helps.